Hello, this is Liz with DC Digital, and today I'm demonstrating a couple of new products. The first one is the DC-25N-MASTER-W-EVENT, and that is the small display in the center of the table. The second one is the DC-150-W-SYSTEM-EVENT, and that's going to be these three big displays on and underneath the table. In this video, I'm going to go over how to use these products first, and then follow up with hardware and features. So all of these together are going to be used for stages of production timer. The customer has several processes that they need to end at specific times during the day. They also wanted to have a 15-minute warning before the end of each process so that the workers know that they need to start cleaning up their areas from the current process and get ready for the next process. And they wanted a warning alarm both 15 minutes before and at the time they had specified. So to use this, you're going to connect the master up to Ethernet, and there's going to be a MAC address on the back of the master. What you'll do is open up IP setup and match the MAC address on the back of the master to the selection in here. And once you get that highlighted, click Launch Web Page, and you'll be brought into a web page to control the master. So, like some of our other products, this has a clock and network as well. So if you click on anything other than the home page, it will ask you to sign in. The default username is username, and the default password is password. Just sign in. On the clock setting page, you can change the username and password. You can also change the NTP server that the master is pointing towards, since it does also display time of day as well as a down timer. So you can change the NTP server address, the update interval for that NTP server. You can change the hour format from 12 to 24 hour. You can tell it to observe daylight saving time or daylight savings time or not. And then you can also have it change the time zone. And then over in network settings, you can change the device name, and you can change the addressing mode from DHCP to static if you need it to have some particular network settings. So the bell schedule is going to be the part that we're most interested in. I currently have 4 different bells in there, and before adding new ones, I'm going to go ahead and clear these out by selecting all 4 of them in the delete column and pressing submit. And now they are all cleared out. We do not have any bells. So the first one I'm going to do is going to be for 1:25 p.m. And if you click on the first little time area, it'll bring up a drop-down menu for you to select it. I'm actually going to set it for 1:26 since it's 1:25. And then I'm going to select Monday because that's the day of the week that I'm recording this on. And then in zone 1, I'm going to set it for off. And what off means is that it's going to start a countdown timer as soon as I hit submit. But as soon as it gets to 1:26, it will not give an alarm. It just has the countdown. So my next one I'm going to put in for 1:27, and I'm going to do that on bell. And as soon as it reaches the end of the countdown, it will show zeros for 3 seconds. And then it'll switch back over to time of day. And I haven't submitted any more times currently, so it's just showing 1:26. So at 1:27, it'll now do an end of period 3-second beep. It won't do the warning sound because I set the timer for less than 15 minutes away. So let's wait until it gets to the next minute, and then I'll show you the warning beep. Okay, that warning beep is a little bit loud. So I'm going to set it for 1:43. There you go, we have 16 minutes, so after another minute, it will set off the warning alarm for the 15 minutes. So if you select, there's 3 different sections. There's time, where obviously you enter the time you want this to go off. There's 7 days, so Sunday through Saturday. You just select whichever ones you want the alarm to go off on. And then zone 1 is going to be the one you're worried about for making the timer turn on. If you turn on off in zone 1, like and that was the warning alarm. So in zone 1, if you turn off the alarm, it'll do the countdown with no end of period beep, no warning beep. If you turn on bell or on, both of those will act the same way. You'll get the 15-minute warning and you'll get the final warning, as long as you set it for more than 15 minutes away. Like I showed you earlier, if you set it for less than 15 minutes away, you don't get the warning beep. All right, so for the times, you can enter up to 50 events. There's only 10 here. So let's say my last one is at 7:34 and I want there to be a bell. I can hit expand list and type in additional times if I need to. In zone 1, there is also an option that says none. If you type in a time and select the days you want, but you leave none in zone 1, it will delete your bell when you go and hit submit. And then another thing is, when you hit submit, it'll take all of the times that you currently have entered, and then it'll sort them from earliest in the day to latest in the day. So currently I have 7:34 in the morning, 1:26 in the afternoon, 1:27 in the afternoon, and 1:43 in the afternoon, and 7:32 in the evening. So currently the 1:43 in the afternoon is the next alarm to go off. So if I go to the left side and select in the delete column and hit submit, it'll delete the bell from the list, and then it'll show 1:30 because there are no other bells currently selected for today. But if I select the 7:32 p.m. bell to go off today and click submit again, it'll switch over to counting down to the 7:32 bell. You can tell that it's on the timer mode because the colons flash. If I take the 7:32 bell off of today and hit submit again, it'll switch back over to the time of day and the colon will be steady. And one more thing to note is that it doesn't matter if the bell is set to go off on the same day. It will always automatically sort from earliest to latest. So the 7:34 bell isn't set to go off today, but it's still at the top of the list. All right, so moving on to accessories. Obviously, all 3 of the big 150 timers have a horn that they come with. And that's the DC EOP horn. They're very loud, over 120 decibels. And it also comes with a junction box on the side, and that's going to be where the wires for the horn are going to be located. So let me talk about the master for a second. So the master's digit size is going to be 2.3-inch red segmented LEDs. The case is made out of powder-coated aluminum. To mount the master, there are teardrop-shaped knockouts in the back, and it takes 12 volts, 0.7 amp wall adapter, and there's a coax plug at the bottom right there. And the only connection you have to worry about for the master is going to be this cable for the Ethernet connection. For the 150s, those are 15-inch individual red LEDs put into segments, and the case is made out of powder-coated aluminum extrusion. There are 2 C-channel mounting rails on the back of each one. It takes 120 to 240 volts AC, 50 or 60 hertz, and it'll be a 3-prong 6-foot cord, and the cord comes out just below the junction box. And the wires for the horn are color-coded, and like I said earlier, they are going to be located inside the junction box when you receive the products. And one other thing to note is that each of the displays, both the 150 and the 25 Master, are going to have these antennae. Make sure that they are screwed on completely, and that'll ensure that each one of them has a good connection to the data. The master sends out data wirelessly to each of the secondaries, and the secondaries are actually store and forward. So you can set one master up, have one secondary a little bit away, and then put the next secondary even further away, as long as it's within range of the second secondary, or as long as the 2 secondaries are within range of each other. Even if one secondary is out of range from the master, it'll still receive an update. And I believe that's it. So all of our products are manufactured and assembled at our location in Carlisle, Ohio. So if you have any questions about these, or if you have any questions about how we can customize this for your specific needs, please contact us using the link in the description. So again, this has been Liz with DC Digital, demonstrating some new products called the DC-25N-MASTER-W-EVENT and the DC-150-W-SYSTEM-EVENT. Thank you.